Magandang araw again sa ating lahat. So, narito ulit ako para i-discuss sa inyo ang isang ah, lesson sa Grade 10 Quarter 1, Week 1, which is finding the general term of a given sequence. So, let's have here the 5 problems. Look for the general term for each sequence given their first 5 terms. So, number 1, the sequence 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Number 2, the sequence 2, 6, 18, 54, 162. The third one is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Then number 4, 5, 1, negative 3, negative 7, negative 11. Then number 5, 1 half, 3 fourth, 5 over 8, 7 over 16, and 9 over 32. So let's start with number 1. So our goal is to find the general term. So please remember that sa pagkuha ng ating general term, given the first 5 terms, meron tayong form na ginagamit. Okay? Meron tayong linear form. Ganito ang itsura niya. A sub n is equal to an plus 5. Then, we have the quadratic form. We have an squared plus bn plus c. So, usually, ganito yung magiging itsura ng mga sagot natin. Kung hindi man, related yan o gagamitin niyang ganyang itsura para makuha yung pinaka-form or general term ng given sequence. O basta, ito yung gagamitin natin. Sir, paano yan, saan yan gagamitin o kailan? Okay, gagamitin natin yung linear form kapag sa first differences pa lang, okay, mamaya explain ko yan, ay pareho na. Paano pag hindi pareho? So, we will go to the second differences. Okay? Kapag this time, pareho ang second differences, okay? Ang kukunin natin or ang gagamitin natin ay yung quadratic form. So, sige, pakita ko na sa inyo kung paano. So, obviously, ang una natin gagawin, first step is get the differences of two consecutive terms. Yung magkasunod. So, 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. 9 minus 7 is 2. So, makikita nyo, this one, first differences. Kasi yan yung una nating pinag-minus. Okay? Kaya first differences sila. And take note na pare-pareho sila. So, ito, it will signify, it will tell you that you must use the linear form, which is a sub n is equal to an plus b. Sir, paano yan? Look at the linear form. Meron tayong dalawang variable a and b. Para makita natin o malaman natin yung sagot, dapat hanapin natin yung value ni a at value ni b. Since dalawang variable yan, we need to have a system of linear equation. So, kung system, 2 or more equations yan. Since dalawa yan, 2 equations lang. So, saan natin kukunin yon? Gamitin natin itong linear form. Pero, sa tulong ng terms na binigay. So, since dalawang variable yan, we can use a sub 1, which is 1, and a sub 2, which is 3. So, yan lang dalawang terms ang gagamitin natin. Since dalawang equation lang ang kailangan natin. So, una natin gamitin, a sub 1 is equal to 1. We know here that n is equal to 1. Kasi a sub 1 lang yan, so isang term. Okay, so we can use now the general term, a sub n is equal to a sub n plus b. We know that a sub 1, okay, if n is 1, so a sub 1 yan. Then, yung n, pwede natin siyang substitute dito. So, a multiplied by 1 plus b. Kasi si n sinubstitute as 1. And we know that a sub 1 is equal to 1. So, substitute din natin dito sa baba. So, a sub 1 would be equal to 1. That would be equal to 1 times a is a Then, we have the remaining element plus b. So, therefore, equation na to. So, ito yung first equation natin. Okay? So, next. So, dalawang equation kailangan natin. So, we will use a sub 2. And we know that a sub 2 is 3. And this time, if a sub 2, a sub 2, a sub n is equal to 2. So, dalawang terms. So, again, the general form, yung linear form, a sub n plus b. And since our n is 2, substitute na natin, n is 2. So, a sub 2, that would be equal to a multiplied by 2. So, substitution lang, plus b. Then, this time, we know that a sub 2 is equal to 3. So, substitute yan. So, 3 is equal to 2 times a, 2a, plus b. O, kopyahin lang si plus b. So, therefore, this would be our second equation. So, since we already have two equations, we have now linear system of linear equations. So, paano yon? Yung grade 8 kayo, paano ba yung ginagawa? Diba, usually, ang ginagawa natin is, kokopyahin muna natin, let's say 2a plus b is equal to 3, then a plus b is equal to 1. So, this is the second equation, first equation. Normally, ang ginagawa natin, elimination method. So, pag subtractin natin yung dalawang equation, 2a minus a, that would be a, b minus b, so that is 0 or cancelled out. So, 3 minus 1, so that would be equal to 2. So, we can now look for the value of a, which is 2. So, how about b? So, alam naman natin na yung value ni a, why not use the first equation? Ito, nasa taas, ito, banda dito. So, again, the first equation is a plus b, that would be equal to 1. Since in this solution, we get a is equal to 2, o substitute na natin si a. 2 plus b is equal to 1. So, again, to eliminate 2, ang pwede natin gawin is subtract both side by 2. Okay, this one 2. So, magma-minus 2 tayo dito. So, 2 plus b, okay, minus 2, that would be equal to 1 minus 2. Okay, subtract both side by 2. So, makakancel si 2. So, si b na lang matitira dito. b is equal to, ito, solve natin. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So, therefore, we know already the value of b, which is negative 1. Value of a, 2. Value of b, negative 1. Then, let's go back here. We know that the value of a is 2. So, palitan lang natin to. Magiging 2n. And we know that the value of b is negative 1. Since negative yan, o minus 1. So, therefore, just write a sub n. That would be the general term. A sub n is equal to 2n minus 1. So, that is the answer in number 1. Okay? Number 2. So, again, first step, look for the differences. So, 3 minus 2, 4. 3 minus 2. 6 minus 2, rather 4. 18 minus 6 is 12. 54 minus 18 is 36. 162 minus 54 is 108. So, as you notice, hindi siya pareho. So, let's go now to the second differences. So, sa first differences, di pareho. So, 12 minus 4, 8. 32 minus 12, 24. So, as you can see, hindi pa rin pareho. 108 minus 36 is 72. So, sir, paano yan? Kasi sa second differences, hindi pa rin pareho. So, ang gagawin natin, gagawa tayo ng other way. Paano, sir? Sa ganito, let's examine the terms. Diba? 2, 6, 18, 54, 162. And lahat sila ay divisible by 2. Diba? Tama? 2, 6, o divisible by 2. Kasi even numbers lahat sila. So, pwede kong rewrite tong mga terms na to as 2. Yung isa, 2 times 3. Then, yung 18, 2 times 9. Right? Then, yung 54, 2 times 27. Then lastly, 2 times 81. And look at now, each of the term. Lahat sila may 2. So, yan yung pattern natin. Then, etong natira, we have 3, we have 9, we have 27, and we have 81. So, para siyang power of 3. So, I can also express 3, 9, 27, 81 as power of 3. Paano? So, ganito. So, 2, then ito, 2 times 3 raised to 1. Kasi 3 raised to 1 is still 3. So, 2 times 3 raised to 2. Why? Because 3 raised to 2 is 9. Then 2 times 27 is 3 raised to 3. Then yung lastly, 2 times 81 is 2 times 3 raised to 4. Take note na may pattern siyang sinusunod. 2 times 3. Tapos yung 1, 2, 3, 4. So yun yung pattern. Eh sir, wala naman times 3 dito. O, take note, when you were in grade 9, any number raised to 0 except 0 is equal to 1. So, parang may invisible 3 raised to 0 dyan. So, nakumpleto natin yung pattern. So, parang ang pattern niya, 2 times 3, tapos kung ano man yung magiging value niya dito, n. Okay? Yung exponent. Parang ganyan yung pattern niya. Okay? Pero, ang titignan na lang natin, yung mga exponent. O ano ba exponent dito? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, instead of using the original terms, ang gagawin na lang natin, ito. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, hanapin natin yung pattern o yung form nito using yung linear form or quadratic form. So, again, find the first differences. So, 1 minus 0, 1. 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 2, 1. 4 minus 3, 1. So, therefore, sa first differences pa lang, okay, pare-pareho na. So, therefore, we will use the general term a sub n is equal to an plus b. So, therefore, since ito ay exponent, ang kanyang form is an plus b, linear. So, therefore, instead of n, ang magiging itsura talaga niya dapat is 2 times 3 raised to an plus b. Since ito yung exponent. Okay? So, hanapin lang natin yung a, hanapin lang natin yung b. So, again, paano nahanap natin si a tsaka si b? Let a sub 1 be equal to 0, a sub 2 be equal to 1. Again, substitute natin dito. So, a sub 1 is equal to a times 1 plus b. So, that would be a plus b. Then, substitute si a sub 1 which is 0. So, this would be the first equation. Then, for a sub 2, that would be a times 2 plus b. Then, a sub 2 is 1. So, that would be equal to 2 times a is 2a plus b. Okay, this would be the second equation. Again, by using elimination, we have 2a plus b. We have a plus b equals 0. Yung 2a plus b is equal to 1. So, again, elimination method, 2a minus a is a. b minus b is 0 or cancelled out. 1 minus 0 is 1. So, therefore, a is 1. And how about b? So, if a is 1, again, substitute lang natin sa first equation. So, a plus b equals 0. Ang a natin ay 1, nakuha natin. So, 1 plus b equals 0. So, again, to look for b, subtract natin both sides 1. So, 0 minus 1. So, 1 minus 1 cancelled. So, si b na lang matitira. So, b is equal to 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So, therefore, a is 1, b is negative 1. So, substitute natin siya dito. So, parang magiging, ang itsura niyan, a sub n is equal to, a is 1. So, 1 times n is just n. Then, b is equal to negative 1. So, minus 1. So, ganito ang general term ng sequence nito. Pero, since that is not our problem, that is just the exponent of 3. Okay? Ito, yung a n plus b. So, therefore, dito natin siya isa-substitute. Yung n minus 1. So, therefore, the final answer in this item is a sub n is equal to, may 2 times 3 siya. So, 2 times 3. Then, nakuha natin general term for the exponent only is n minus 1. So, n minus 1. So, therefore, the final answer is a sub n is equal to 2 times 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay? How about number 3? So, parang ganito lang din yun sa number 2. Since para siyang lahat even number, so I can express, actually, si 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32, power of 2 na siya. So, pwede ko siyang ilagay as 2. This one is 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, then 2 raised to 4, then 2 raised to 5. So, again, lahat sila ay may 2 as a base. So, parang magiging 2 raised to n lang siya. Pero, yung n, yung exponents. So, ano ba ang mga exponents? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, naging sequence siya. So, yung sequence na mga exponents, ayun yung hanapin natin ng general term. So, just like what we did in number 2. So, again, find the first differences. So, 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 2, 1. 4 minus 3, 1. 5 minus 4, 1. So, again, sa first differences pa lang, pareho na ang kanilang mga sagot. Okay, so ano hanapin natin? Yung linear form. So, a n plus b. So, again, our a sub 1 is 1. First term is 1. Ang second term natin is 2. By the way, itong tinutukoy ko yung exponent lang ha. That is not the original sequence. Okay? Kasi ang exponent lang yung may pattern sa kanila. So, let's proceed. So, a sub 1, substitute natin yung value of n. So, a multiplied by 1 plus b. So, again, a sub 1 is 1. So, substitute 1 times a is a plus b. So, again, this is the first equation. How about a sub 2? So, substitute a times 2 plus b. Then, what is a sub 2? That is 2. So, 2 that is equal to 2 times a is 2a plus b. So, this would be the second equation. So, again, linear na siya, system of linear equation. So, copy, 2a plus b equals 2, a plus b equals to 1 or equal to 1. So, therefore, again, to look for the value of a, we use the elimination method. So, subtract 2a minus a is a, b minus b, cancelled out, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So, a is equal to 1. To look for b, again, substitute natin sa first equation. We know that a plus b is equal to 1. A now is 1. So, 1 plus b is equal to 1. So, para makancel si 1, magma-minus tayo ng 1 in both side. So, minus 1, minus 1. So, 1 minus 1, makakancel dito. 1 minus 1, makakancel din. So, matitira, b is equal to 0. So, we know already a is 1, b is equal to 0. So, substitute natin siya dito. So, magiging a sub n is equal to a is 1. So, 1 times n, that is just n. Okay? And since b is equal to 0, so we cannot, kahit hindi na natin siya isulat plus 0. Kasi, it's obviously, n pa rin yung magiging sagot. Since ito yung general term ng equation, ng exponent only, so, kukunin lang natin yung n. So, wala na siyang pagbabago. So, therefore, ito na yung magiging answer. 2 raised to n talaga siya. So, a sub n is equal to 2 raised to n. Okay? Kasi wala namang kasama si n. Okay? Let's say, for example, n plus 5 yan. Hindi 2 raised to n plus 5 dapat. Since ang nakuha lang natin, a sub n is equal to n, so that will be just the equation. So, that's how we answer number 3. How about number 4? So, 5, 1, negative 3, negative 7, negative 11. So, again, Subtract natin. 1 minus 5, negative 4. Negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. Negative 3 minus negative 7 minus negative 3, negative 4. Negative 11 minus negative 7, negative 4. Again, pareho sila sa first differences. So, we will use now the general term linear. So, a sub n is equal to a sub n is equal to an plus b. So, our first term given is 5. Our second term is 1. Again, substitute natin a sub 1 is equal to a multiplied by 1 plus b. And we know a sub 1 is 5. So, a times 1 is a plus b. So, this would be our first equation. So, sa a sub 2, substitute natin a times 2 plus b. Then, a sub 2 given is 1. So, substitute 2 times a, 2a plus b. Okay, so again, dalawang equation system. So, just rewrite 2a plus b, that would be equal to 1. A plus b, that would be equal to 5. Then, to eliminate b, subtract natin. So, 2a minus a, b minus b, 0 or cancelled out. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So, the value of a is negative 4. So, how about the value of b? Again, substitute natin sa first equation. A plus b is equal to 5. We know that a is negative 4. So, substitute. Negative 4 plus b is equal to 5. Then, to get rid of negative 4, we shall add both side by 4. Okay, 5 plus 4. So, ito, para makancel, negative 4 plus 4, 0. Okay, so, magiging b na lang. So, 5 plus 4 is 9. So, therefore, the value of b is 9. Then, substitute lang natin siya dito. So, we know that is a sub n is equal to a is negative 4. So, negative 4n. Then, b is 9. So, plus 9. So, if you want to rearrange, okay lang para hindi ang tawag dito, hindi pangit isulat kasi negative agad yung unahan. So, we can interchange. So, we can rewrite a sub n is equal to 9 minus 4n. Pareho lang din naman yan. Okay? So, that is the answer. Okay, lastly. So, 1 half, 3/4, 5 over 8, 7 over 16, 9 over 32. Okay. Para mabilis tayo, hindi na natin gagawin yung differences. Kasi, pag fraction, I suggest, hindi nyo dapat gawin agad yung differences. Ang gagawin natin, examine yung numerator at saka yung denominator. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, separate natin lahat ng numerator. Okay? Then, denominator. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. And if you notice, this one, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? Meron ba yan naaalala natin? Okay. Then, yung 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Diba, nasagot na natin. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Nasagot na natin yan. Diba? Sa number 3. This one, 2 raised to. Okay. Tama ba? Then, sa number 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Tama ba? Which is 2n minus 1. Okay. 2n minus 1. Then, 2 raised to n. So, nasagot na natin yan. So, ito, 2n minus 1. Then, ito, 2 raised to n. So, hindi ko na papakita kung paano. Tama? Pero, since alam na natin yan, okay, na yan pala yung itsura nila. Pag ito numerator, ito denominator. So, we can conclude that the answer is a sub n is equal to, ito yung numerator. So, 2n minus 1 all over. Ito yung denominator. So, 2 raised to n. So, the final answer is a sub n is equal to 2n minus 1 all over 2 raised to n. So, that's it for today. Salamat sa pakikinig.